Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Speedrunning Tournament 2023, where this time we're going to be doing no utility, no pause skips. No pause skips, no pause skips. We think they're dirty here. Well, I don't, but okay, whatever. So, today we're going to have a massive duel versus LoLo and Zabrome. Or Zabrome, it depends if you're one of their quirky friends. So, the way this will go is they will go through all 9 worlds, through grueling labor, to fight each other and slay demons to eventually kill the Satan themselves. And they have to all do this with most likely levitation, because that seems to be the only ability we use here. And, well, trucks, but no trucks, there's no trucks here. But just for those who don't get the gist, this tournament is going to be bracket style. There's going to be a loser's bracket, and at the very end, when both the winner's bracket person and the loser bracket person, they survive, they fight each other for a final time, and then ta-da, the tournament is over. But that's in the future. We're in the now. So this is day 1, and we're going to start with LoLo versus Zabrome. There's also another one after this. Anyways, now for starting the actual countdown on the actual race itself, because the runners are already, as you can see, getting impatient. Let's begin the countdown. Runners, you can start hitting. They go to the play button. Be careful. It's very nervous. You've been practicing all your lives for this very moment. Let's start. 3, 2, 1, go! And then just like that, the runners are off, and I believe they cannot hear me anymore. Maybe, I hope so, because how are we going to roast them if they can hear us? Yes, okay, so now let's go into the juicy details. They can't hear us anymore. Oh wait, who's who again? Okay, sweet. So for these 2 runners, right, a lot of us here know LoLo. LoLo has been around for the community for a couple of years now, maybe longer. I've kind of lost track. However, they haven't really submitted many runs, just some ILs. Yeah, that's really it, and they really need to be submitting full game runs. We're gonna call them an unnamed, because of their bad behavior. Now, Zabrome here has an excuse though. They haven't submitted any runs, but they're new. Apparently, they've mentioned that they've only been here for the past 2 months. And then, look at this! Both of these runners are net break speeds. They're right neck and neck. About to enter one out. Ooh, fatal flaw. So, one very important thing about these races is that this is primarily IGT, right? No, I know IGT. RTA. And so that means you gotta go as fast as possible. You gotta click your next level quick as possible. And you gotta also not be dying. As we can kind of see here with this this level gap. But there's still a lot of race left. I mean, Desert's only like the first minute or so. So, honestly, it could go either way right now. I don't know. But, to be fair, a lot of the newer runners definitely struggle with the more late game, so it could probably shift as... Yeah, it's already kind of shifting already. Nice. So, I believe the bigger struggle, at least for Force, is the more later levels that are very long, let's say 2-9. Because you can spend the entire level going at like incredibly fast speed, and then you just die. So let's hope we don't see exactly that. Alright. I actually really love 2-5. It's a cool level, especially when you're going under the bar. Which, I was hoping we were going to get that for 2-6 from LoLo. Crazy under the bar strats. Okay, As I was saying earlier, we're now entering kind of more of the later levels, and with the later levels come, well, for Forest, they are a lot longer and a lot trickier, and they can lead to some pretty scary deaths, especially 2-9. It's not uncommon you may even be hit by a rock and say goodbye to your run. Especially that rock on the very right. Oh, you know, LoLo got the easy rock. It can sometimes just take you out. Oh! The Zabrome. Ouch, ouch. We don't want to die. We don't want to die. I would say not dying is the greatest strat a no utility runner can do, because they don't have them fancy pause skips. But again, still got an entire 6 worlds to go ahead of us. Wait, I guess 7 worlds. So don't think about it too deeply, okay? Don't think about it. Live music. Actually, what are you all listening to? I actually can't hear. Oh, okay. I see. You're listening to the run sound itself. Nice. Okay. So a very popular skip, which I'm expecting them. I was gonna say the very popular skip I was expecting them both to nail instantly is the 3-5. However, I see that. I honestly, to be honest, I don't know how much LoLo has practiced. I know I've seen Zabrome on. They were posting they were live on Twitch. They were in the past, and so I know they were definitely practicing. However, I cannot vouch for LoLo. But LoLo, of course, has a lot of experience with the game, even though they don't submit full game runs. Grr. But again, it looks like so far they are owning up to their long reputation here in the community. But don't count Zabrome out. You never know what happens in those last worlds. You never know. I mean, them wheels are pretty scary in Steampunk. Okay, let's see. Did you get a 3-5? No, it must be the stress of the race, because they both failed 3-5 first try. And you know what? I get it. I too forget my inputs. Yeah, before we started this stream, Zabrome gave me a speech on how they're live on twitch.tv/Zabrome, and it was very rehearsed, but it was very funny, because oh, please mute your phones during the movie. Okay, so Laser is quite a popular. Is that popular no utility? I feel like it's pretty popular in the way that like we have some very long movement levels like 4-2 and like 4-3, and then a lot of cool runners. I kind of missed what LoLo was doing there, but I wonder if they did some. We should see some under laser strats, hopefully. Yeah, just like that from LoLo. It looks so cool, so cool. It's like you're just like getting your hair trimmed by the lasers. Just a gentle trim. Oh wow, okay, I see Zabrome has the bloom up. It's actually quite funny that a lot of runners just don't have bloom on. Now that I think about it. The game really does. You can always see the contrast within laser. Yeah, and actually it looks like chat also mentioned that, white lasers. This height boost that LoLo is doing can be quite hard in, at least in my experience, no ability. However, we have levitation here in their utility, and levitation is great because you basically just get a bunch of short jumps. That's just basically what it is. I mean, you don't gain any height, but you don't lose height. And that's kind of honestly the best part about a jump, is that it stops your speed, and you just get like 10 plus of them, depending on how well you do it. Yeah, so these runners are probably... Well, the flip into 4-5, oh, how daring for someone who has 5-6 levels behind. We're gonna have a post-match interview after this, and we're gonna have to give a stern talking to Mr. Flippy here. I mean, I get it, it's Zabrome time, but... I've also heard, I was talking with other runners yesterday that a lot of no utility runners love medieval because the levitation makes it less RNG dependent. Ooh. Let's see if LoLo can. Oh, I was hoping if LoLo could do the level all in like one fell swoop because it's so cool to see them do the height boost and then they just like skim on the trucks as fast as possible and then they're like skipping, going through all the hammers swinging and then they just barely make it to the end of the goal. We might see that actually on 5:10 too. That's if LoLo isn't washed. Well, has LoLo been practicing? I know after that we got to interrogate LoLo. Have they been practicing? That's what I need to know. And also what their PB is. I actually don't know. No trucks, no problem. Yeah, exactly. Sometimes other runners will, besides using levitation, will use jetpack. It's extremely rare, and I think there was one 90% run that was pretty decent using it, and it kind of helps. But again, levitate. Oh God, don't die, Zabrome, don't die. I mean, 410 can be a tricky level, especially if that's turning walls. They can just take you out pretty early. So you actually kind of have to get lucky if you're not at like going extremely fast. No, Zabrome can really not afford to lose any more time to like large mistakes if they want to win at this point. But again, you still never know because 9-10, especially. Oh, so we just saw there from LoLo is you can just kind of go through the pillars, and I was actually wondering which pillar you can go through for Ancient because yeah, they tend to reuse the same segments, and so therefore there's multiple pillars you can go through in Ancient, and it's pretty cool. I recommend. And actually LoLo right now is demonstrating the many, which we'll see throughout the entire tournament, with many fall off the side tricks for Ancient, for those who don't know them. Highly recommend. They save time and they're pretty easy. And there's also exotic versions of them where you go through the bars. However, it seems LoLo's very on edge and did not do our through the bar tricks, which is fine. I believe it. And yes, you can fit. Oh my God, another flip from. Are they listening? They must be listening somehow. We're gonna have to give them a stern talking to. Definitely, it's Zabrome time. We need to give a chat. I need you all to give us a phrase for LoLo. Like it's Zabrome time, right? But what about for LoLo? It's I'm loving it. Ba-da-ba-ba. I don't know. Ooh, hype boost from on 7-3. Ooh. Another one of no utility kits where you can basically just skip the level. I mean, the 7-3 is a lot harder doing that hype boost there because you can really easily die if you don't get enough hype, but. Ooh, it looks like Zabrome does not know that you can once you have a levitation, you can actually keep running on 5:10 and make it to the goal because you can just levitate at the goal because the goal usually extends quite below, as we've seen the runners kind of doing. They're kind of just like, oh, they didn't even make it to the goal. They're just way far below. Doesn't matter. It works. And LoLo's demonstrating that 7-6, you can just levitate to the end. Again, a classic no utility. Just like, level? Let's just fall. Because again, we have like 20 jumps. Well, okay. I do like how the number's increasing. I said 10 before, now it's 20. I'm LoLo loving it. Yeah, I really expect you all, chat, to give us a phrase for LoLo, okay? You can't leave LoLo out, okay? Besides LoLo loving it. 7-8, we'll see from LoLo to see how they approach it. Oh, I would say killing yourself on the ceiling is definitely not the trick, but it's it's like the longest level in the game, and so the runners really want to like get through it faster, but that also can get them killed which is a huge time loss. But it looks like LoLo is fine. So, but they also have the time stop ability. So, oh, now we see them. Well, yeah. Hopefully nothing fishy happened there. Didn't problem. Oh. Looks like Zabrome got what had it. We warned him. I warned him. This is what you get for doing your barrel rolls and flips. You know what? Before this race, I spun a wheel. It was 50-50 LoLo or Zabrome on who was gonna win. And I gotta be honest, Lolo's doing the trick where you can just go back to the booster, and that will give you just enough time to go straight for the goal for stalling. It's not the standard trick, but it's quite a easy one if you ever just like want to finish the level. But back to the wheel. I spun a wheel 50-50, who wins, right? And it landed on LoLo. And it may be because Zabrome, the wheel knew that Zabrome was going to be flipping. And the flippings ruined everything. LoLo hitting the ceiling again. LoLo is so powerful at doing the truck height boost that they instantly gravitate towards the ceilings. Just instantly. And they're also demonstrating how far the goal extends below, as usual. Flying LoLo works. We need like a catchphrase like, LoLo taking flight. You all need to help me here, okay? You all need to help me. I can't come up with a phrase of LoLo that doesn't involve stuttering of some sort, okay? Looks like LoLo got through the previous ancient level just fine, where you can get obliterated by trucks. I think that's less of a problem in no utility. However, I will be frank with you all. I am an any percent runner, but I do know a few tricks. Okay? I do know. I'm actually wondering if LoLo will go up this ramp and do a height boost to the end and just like levitate there. I think that's the fastest way. I'm not sure. Either way, you can just levitate to the goal as you do. Going back to Zabrome, they are now dealing with the missile levels, which, funny enough, those missiles can actually hit you and kill you, which is quite hilarious. But usually it's the explosion that causes trucks to knock and hit you. And these missile levels, well, they're not my personal favorite. I can't speak for the... What is LoLo doing? I missed it. Did LoLo do a levitation to the end from the very beginning? If so, props to that. Always good to flex your levitation skills. I actually really recommend for anyone who's going to run the game to do the 8-8 skip for just levitating straight to the goal, because that gives a good combination of like keeping up fast movement and learning how to maintain your levitation. Oh, there we go. Zabrome got the 7-6. I mean, I gotta be honest, one of the most depressing things like Zabrome. We're gonna have a stern talking. See, this is what happens when you do flipping. This is what happens. What are these strats? I believe these strats are the flipping strats, right? The highly skilled flipping strats. So LoLo is now in hell, where good runs come to die, especially in 9-10, because, and of no pause skips. Because guess what, 9-10, very hard. In the front, was that a front? Yeah, whatever. You know what? We gotta stop paying attention to this. There. Zabrome. To be fair, I mean, you could do flips on the truck just fine. You can actually kind of play this game upside down too, if you just like flip around and look forward. It's really weird, and we should. I would say we could make a category for it, but if it follows the room, oh, there we go. You don't want to run out of levitation. Back to LoLo though. Slowly reaching to 9-10, the very dangerous one. I mean, 9-7 can also be pretty tricky if you go too slow. However, we have a motto. Oh, what the heck? So Zabrome missed the booster kind of on the bottom one. It kind of just skidded along, but it still ended up working. And then missed the top booster, so they didn't get launched to the goal. Truly a unique way to do that level. You can't actually completely miss the booster, by the way, if you go too low and die, and it's really depressing. Looks like LoLo got through the 9-7 just fine. I'm assuming using the don't go slow down strat. And then LoLo now has some long levels to go ahead of them. I actually am curious if LoLo knows how to do the wrist skip. For those who are unaware, the wrist skip essentially is the boss will slam a hammer against the ground, and there'll be kind of like a truck alongside of it. And so what runners will try to do is height boost and then grab onto that truck on the wrist. And then when the boss lifts up the hammer, the runner will be thrown up to the boss. Oh, Lolo's trying it right now. And wow, you know what? I said they're washed up, but I think they actually were practicing because they did get the 9-10. Now I would like to see them to actually submit a run though, but okay, that's actually pretty good. Probably like a 18-minute IGT, right? So that's actually pretty good. Really good, actually. Wow, I have not been paying attention to the timer this entire time, so amazing. And so now to Flippy Zabrome here to finish off the runs. Now, I believe from looking at their PB posting, they were around a 25-minute time. Can they get a PB though? Can they finish in, you know what? They could finish in the next 3 minutes or so, and that would be a PB for them. So, while the race is over here, they still have a race against themselves for improving their time and becoming a better runner. And again, would like to remind everyone, they still have losers bracket after this. Maybe they could have an entire arc where they go from 25-minute all the way down to like 18, 17. You know what? Maybe they become world record over the next week. You never know. That is why it is important that this fight against themselves, they PB. The front would maybe the real friends with the PBs we made along the way. Exactly. That's a big part of speedrunning. Is the PBs we made along the way. Yeah. So we will see what is in their various toolset. Will Zabrome perform in 8-8? I recommend it, but of course it is something that takes practice. I've heard our next runner-ups talk about how they do not do the 8-8 because they suck at levitation. Which one of the runners though? Who knows? Who knows? It will be up to you all to find out. Because this is only the first race. There's a second one right after this. But I will not be casting for it. I'll be leaving you all. That's fine though, because we have 2 other casters who will. It's Lex and actually the race they're looking at right now, I believe, or APB. Wait, maybe not. I see. So I'm actually kind of confused. Maybe will pretentious AJ. No. Don't say that. Don't expose me, okay? I'm in a special mood. Okay. So now that we've entered hell. Okay, Zabrome and Lex are casting nice. I was a bit confused about because this is 8BB and 8. I swear that's also a runner too. Yeah, it is. Zabrome's gonna be casting next, and so maybe they can roast my casting, maybe. In the future, actually, they can't hear me, so we could say anything. We could say anything to Flippy McGee or 9-2, I don't know if we saw it from LoLo. It's actually quite cool because if the runner saves enough levitation, they can kind of smoothly glide across those trucks in the lava. But looks like Zabrome is eking it close to the levitation. For those who are not in the know, for levitation, generally you want to wait until the levitation starts recharging up a little bit before you levitate again, at least if you're trying to conserve. Jesus! What is their frame rate? Did everyone see how fast the log spun? So this level is quite obnoxious because depending on your frame rate, it can be worse or better. So generally a lot of runners tend to restart first in hopes that they will get a sane 9-4. Yeah, I mean, there could even be cases where all the trucks just disappear because great level. I would, like, if I had to choose, I would probably delete that level because, well, it's kind of RNG dependent and also frame rate dependent. And we have runners like, just think of poor Wolfie, you know? Poor Wolfie wants to use 240 FPS and can't because of levels like that. Developers, fix your game! They haven't fixed it. Not in who knows long, and they're never gonna help us back. It's all over. Where is Landfall? Where are they? Fix your bugs. Well, actually, don't fix all your bugs. I'm using them for skips, please. Don't fix them all. Alright. So as I mentioned before, 9-7 is more or less difficult depending on how fast you're going, and it looks like Zabrome found out the hard way. You need to be going at breakneck speeds to make it all to those different trucks. And if you don't make it, they're actually, if you are not at the max speed, you can use a height boost as kind of a recovery. And that is kind of my recommendation if you're having like issues like with dying, is just get good at height boost, because then you can kind of use it as a recovery strat. At least that's mine. I'm also a 90% runner. I mean, my no utility is like a 19-minute, so well, I mean, LoLo already beat my run just right there, so I'm I'm in pausing land. There's no pausing here though. No pausing. Well, you can pause, you just can't skip with it. Isn't it Zabrome? No, it's Zabrome. For the pre-interview, Zabrome specifically said it's not Zabrome, okay? And I'm glad you're not like my friends who say that it's Zabrome. That have the emphasis on the E. So, that's what I've heard, and I don't know. I mean, Landfall, please. AJ's talking about things I've never heard about. Well, I'm glad. Oof. Calm down. Don't do a flip, though. Don't do a flip and hit the boss. Nice. Nice. You know what? A nice clean finish on 9-10. That's what we like to see. No risk skip, but you know, honestly, you don't need to do it. The important thing is actually finishing 9-10 without dying. Because seriously, you saw the time. That was like 40 seconds. You don't want to die like multiple times for a 40-second long level. I guess that would be longer than 7-8 if you didn't skip. Interesting to think about. But anyways, that's it. The runners have finished. And we're going to be doing a post-interview. Yeah. Oh, they can hear me now. What? Hello, LoLo and Zabrome. How do you all feel?
I'm hyped up on adrenaline. My body is shaking.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that makes sense. But I did see your run, and the chat and I are very upset with you because you were flipping constantly.
Yeah.
I mean, what was that about? I mean, we even saw you got punished on, let's see, one of the ancient levels.
It was somewhere in ancient. I think it was 6-6.
6, 7, 6, 7. Yeah, you started
Yeah.
doing some spinning around in a circle, and then you just died
Yeah.
for your axe. And would you?
Showboating gets me nothing but my own demise, but hey, somebody's got to do it.
And speaking of not demise, Lolo, you've won. You actually did pretty good. Is this actually your PB, or
It
have you
is
gotten
my
much
PB,
better?
but this run was so scuffed.
Yeah, I was actually mentioning that earlier that it kind of looked like you were washed. I mean, how much practicing have you been doing?
Decent amount, not too much.
Yeah. I actually was apologizing on 910 because you did the wrist skip first try, and I was like, okay, never mind. Lolo wasn't washed. They've been practicing pretty hard. Yeah, you did great for that first try wrist skip to finish off in 910. Really great job. I mean, is that very
Congratulations,
useful for
Lola.
you?
Seriously.
Is it usual for you that you get wrist skip first try?
Usually first or second.
Yeah, you know what? Pretty nice. I couldn't do it myself, but I'll practice. I'll practice. Well, unless there's anything you two want to mention before we move on to the next runners.
It was an absolute pleasure getting to perform today, and I look forward to the losers brackets. Lolo, good luck to you as you move on.
Yeah, you
Thank
still have
you.
a chance.
Also, good luck to you.
Hey, I really appreciate it.
Well, I wasn't informed on how to transition to the next runners, so I'm now going to self-destruct. I think I actually literally explode, or do we have like an intermission? Or do we have an ad? Do you have a sponsor, Zabrome, since you live stream?
I can sponsor myself if that's all right.
No.
Oh, fair enough.
I'm kidding. I can't get kidding. You can say your own Twitch.
Oh, I was going to mention my website. Is that all right?
Your website?
It's just a link to my Twitch.
Oh, okay, sure.
If you like the showboating and the showing off, take a look at hongkongpickles.com. That is a real website. I actually own it, and it's just some of the content that I produce. I'm working towards making it a content empire, so join in while it's on the ground floor.
All right, you're here. Heard it here. Hong Kong pickles. I don't know if those are good or anything, but I think that's a wrap. On to the next people.
Welcome back, everybody, to the 2023 No Utility Clustertruck Tournament. Up first, or actually up last, I should say. Sorry, I already messed it up. We got Noob versus Sprite. Yeah. So we're gonna do a countdown here, or I'm gonna do a countdown here. Sorry, I'm so nervous. So when both racers are ready, I'm gonna do a countdown from 3. All right. Ready? In 3, 2, 1, begin. I'm here with
And-
Zabrome, by the way, co-commentator.
Yes, I'm here after my previous match, ready to commentate and let these two racers show me how it's done. We see on 1-1 immediately both racers just explode out of the gate.
Explode right out of the gate. Beautiful
Sprite
1-1 and
taking a
1-2.
slight lead into 1-3. His connection is just a little weak, so it might look a bit framey, but for his end, everything is working out okay.
Beautiful 1-3 out of Sprite there.
Absolutely, absolutely.
He's going to choose to do movement through 1-5 here. Interesting mega jump off the side of that truck. Never seen that before. Both runners opt to do movement, no mega jumps here.
Mm-hmm. Playing it safe rather than going risky is a solid strategy.
Doing the backup instead. Ooh, both of them missed the 1-6. That's interesting. Into 1-7 for Sprite. Oh,
hurts out of that on Noob. That was a really unlucky bounce off that rock.
Ooh, 6 of death off 1-6. That's unfortunate.
That puts Sprite pretty decently ahead going into 1-9.
Still anyone's game, though.
Still anyone's game. There's a lot of things that can happen between now and the end of this race.
Ooh, decent mega jump off the 1-9. Oh, bad RNG there. He's going to opt to go out and around. This might not clear it.
Good recovery off of
Oops,
Sprite.
nice.
Good recovery.
Good recovery. The pretty clean 1-10 into Forest. Let's see which strat does he do. Oh, he's just going to move
Looks like
it in.
he's going to play it safe, yeah.
He's just going to move it in. Oh,
Ooh, unlucky hit on the legs in that 2-1 off of Sprite.
this is the race nerves.
Mm-hmm. It really gets
Another-
to you.
Another death from Noob there. That was
Both runners are avoiding going for anything super crazy right out of the gate. No super jump on
Very
2-2
interesting.
from Sprite.
no super jump on. Yeah, that's. I would have thought he would have went for that. Another interesting thing I'm noticing is that Sprite has their shadow distance at 0. I wonder if that's for frame rate or if
I
that's
would
a
believe
practice
so.
thing.
Sprite is a good friend of mine, and he's informed me that his machine is a subpar. So I'm believing to make sure everything runs as optimally as possible, he's got his
Yeah.
graphics toned way down.
Good move.
The important thing here is that he is still just moving as fast as he can.
Noob not too far behind though.
It still could be anyone's race.
Let's see here. Ooh, oh, that was very interesting. 2-6. He like did a 270-degree turn onto that truck. It worked out for him. And as we see here, we got Noob into 2-6. Does not opt to do the mega jump. Sinks it
Oh,
into the
Sprite
goal.
just falling
Oh,
short
oh,
on 2-7, and just
They're-
like that, the runners are
Just
caught
like that,
up
they're
to
tied
each
up.
other.
Mhm,
Just like that.
Just like that, they're tied up. Sinks it in. Oh, both of them fast
Wow, I
into
mean,
2-8.
they are within less than a second of each other right now.
Fast into 2-8. Oh!
Will Sprite
not-
be able to carry it all
Oh,
the
yeah.
way? No, he chose to
Oh.
reset right at
He
the end,
might-
and that
he
puts
honestly-
Noob further ahead.
That
Wow.
puts Noob ahead. He might have had enough lev to clear that.
I think
actually.
he had enough love to make it.
He would have barely just made that.
It
He
would have been
shoulda-
close. It would have been close.
Oh, if I were him, I would have like at least tried it. Because I mean, you're still
Mhm.
losing time regardless. And into 210 can be a bitch, as we all know. Let's see what Noob does here. Just gonna opt to take it, you know, bunny hops,
Nice
bunny
and
hops.
slow.
Oh,
Yeah, bunny
yeah.
hops one at a time. And he did find a big enough jump to carry it right to goal, and
Ramps
that
off the
takes
truck.
Noob into
Mhm.
3-1.
Into Winter World we go. First 3 levels pretty boring. Let's see if they fuck him up though. Screw him up. Am I allowed to swear? Can we get a confirmation on that?
Can we get Judge?
Confirmation on that? Can we get somebody in chat? Can I swear? Alright.
It's fine. All right, we have gotten
All right.
word from the channel host that swearing is allowed.
Swearing is allowed. Cool. All right. Pretty clean 3-3 into 3-4. See Noob taking this pretty traditionally here. Gonna hit the front of the ice pretty clean. High 11, not a bad time at all. Is he gonna get the 1-5 skip? And
No,
he's not.
Noob does miss it on the
Or,
first
I meant
attempt.
3-5. Oh, he's gonna go for the backup. This is an ancient
Ooh,
ass
Sprite
strategy.
also misses it.
Ooh, also misses it. Ooh, misses it
two
twice. Is he
misses
gonna
on
go for the
Sprite.
backup? He is.
He's going for the backup,
Sprite goes in for the backup.
and he does find it.
Ooh, finds the backup. Okay, we got.
Still,
Burrito,
both
just
runners.
one level
We've already
ahead.
seen it. We've already seen it happen once, where the runners have overtaken each other off of very minor mistakes. So it is still anyone's race to win here.
One death is the mediator. Truly.
It really is.
Pretty fast 3-8 out of Sprite there. 3-9 complete. This is another bitch level for a, beginner to mid-range runner, such as myself.
Noob taking it slow on 310, but
Just low.
does
Ooh,
find
almost
a
hits
good
that
jump.
tree.
A good jump into the end, taking him right into 4-1.
4-1, also a bitch. He's gonna opt to take it slow, where he can.
Wow,
Ooh,
what an
narrowly-
opening there on those
Narrowly
lasers.
avoids that laser.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Ooh, Sprite takes a
Unlucky
death on
there for
4-1.
Sprite, yeah. You watch these runners really get their speed up, and you're in awe of how fast they can really go.
Right. We got Sprite into 4-2 here. Very fast movement level. I'm interested to see Noob's 4-3 strat. I've seen a lot of different strats for 4-3.
Sprite taking a rough tumble there
Ooh, yeah.
on 4-2. That is going to set him about 7 seconds
Right.
down, but I think he will be able to catch up.
Sprite is 2 levels behind.
Very fast 4-4 out of...
Very fast 4-4, yes. Ooh,
Not a
interesting
lot
strat.
you can do here on
Oh,
4-5.
I've never seen
Wow!
this strat before. Whoa!
Oh my word!
And just like that, he saves
Wow,
10
he
seconds.
is just insane out of Sprite.
That was a crazy 4-3. That's a strat right there. It's not faster than like the meta strats for top runners or anything, but that's a
It caught him up.
consistently fast strat.
He is right on the tail.
Right on the tail, yeah. Is this 4-6 or 4-7 for Noob? I believe this is 4-7.
Yep,
Yeah.
that was 4-7.
Into 4-8, this is a
4-8.
bitch level. I wonder what refresh rate his monitor is, because this level is dependent on your monitor's refresh rate.
Really?
For those unaware, yes, the laser pattern is different depending on your refresh rate.
I was unaware. That's some good technical knowledge you got there, Lex.
Yeah. I believe I don't know the patterns. I'm pretending like I know the patterns, but I don't.
Well, you knew more than I did, so that's what matters.
I'm guessing 60 hertz.
And the cluster, that is 410 for Noob.
He's into 410. Ooh, he's gonna take a
Is
death.
not able to lev it out.
Oh, takes a death
Sprite
from
also
4-9
taking
from
a
Sprite.
Bad death on 4-9.
Bad death.
Second attempt
That's
here
okay.
for Noob.
4-9 and
And
4-10.
he should be able to carry it into 5-1.
Those are blunder levels, honestly.
Those are ones you do not want to drop if you don't have to.
Ooh, hits the meat tenderizer.
But he's not going to
takes a
catch another
dash.
truck on the way out. Noob, oof.
Sprite goes in. Hopefully,
Is he going to have the lev? He is. Sprite following up right behind on 5-1, just like that. Once again, they are neck and neck.
neck and neck, one level, or like maybe 9/10 of a level behind. Still anyone's game.
They have still got 4 worlds to go. A lot can happen.
A lot can happen, and I believe. I don't know about Noob, but Sprite's PB, I believe, is a IGT 2048 or 42.
Something in that range, that is correct.
It's actually like better than mine, which
It's
is
certainly
surprising.
better than mine.
I said that's surprising, and that makes me sound really egotistical, but it's
He-
surprising It's surprising because he doesn't do a lot of like the mega jump strats.
Mhm.
I'm starting to
He-
notice. So that's just he's got really consistent movement.
Sprite is the kind of player that is consistent with what they do. Now, these race
Right.
nerves might be getting to him a little bit, but otherwise, they are very consistent.
Noob opts not to take the mega jump strat on 5-7 here.
But he will get
Will
a very good
will
landing
Sprite-
and follow up
Will
5-7.
Sprite take the
That was
mega
an
jump?
excellent play.
No. I'm curious to know if these are run strats or these are race strats. Like,
I'm thinking
Are
more
they
race.
are they going for it because it's safer or?
It's a little,
is it
yeah,
just
I believe that's what they're both going for.
Interesting.
That's a good follow-up question, Lex. Let's remember to ask him that one.
Yeah, write that down.
Write that down.
All right.
An excellent bounce in
Alright,
5-8
Ooh,
from Sprite.
jumps on the fire thing, fire thrower, flamethrower, whatever they're called. Into 5-10.
Ooh, Sprite catching a bad jump on that last truck
Ah.
at 5-9. That is going to set him back.
At the end of the level too, that hurts.
That and with the
Oh, he's
long
gonna
level
opt to
addition-
take booster. Maybe he doesn't know about the hitbox extending down. For those unaware, I think AJ covered this in the last race, but on 5-10, the goal hitbox goes a considerable distance down.
Oh,
So
really?
you have a lot of leeway as to how far you can hit it from. Sprite seemingly not knowing. Oh, he does know
Oh,
it.
Sprite,
See?
it does go for the extension.
Yep. See, it extends very low on that level.
Sprite gaining just incredible momentum. Still could be anyone's
Ooh.
game. Just a few small slip-ups is all it
Noob
takes
just-
to go from ahead
yeah.
to behind.
Noob does not take the mega jump strat on 6-2. Something I was curious of before the race is, are they going to go for the great skip on 6-7? But
no!
judging by how safe they're playing, I don't think so.
Sprite dropping
Sprite,
6-1 at the
oh,
very end. That is
right at the end.
some real
That's
pain.
a long level. That's
That
a,
is a long level to have to start over right at the end.
Oof. Now the Noob has like a good 3-level lead. It's it's getting increasingly harder to say this is anyone's game at this point.
Mm-hmm.
It's still anyone's game. We still got the late game.
There's still,
It's-
you never know what could happen, but Noob is certainly taking a decent lead.
Right. And I have never actually seen Noob play, so I'm like vaguely uninformed here. Ooh, opts to go off to the right. Interesting. Don't see that very often. Or is that the left? Oh no, that's the right. I don't know my lefts and rights. By the way, I'm 17
Okay, I don't know
years
my
old.
ups and downs.
Really? Thanks, man.
We support each other. That's what we do.
Okay, into 6-9 here for Noob. Very fast, 6-5 from Sprite. Nothing but clean there. He's gonna sink it in. Is he gonna catch the truck? Yes, he
He
is.
does end up catching the truck.
6-10 is. He's gonna opt to go out and around.
Oh wow,
Thought
a
he was
little
gonna,
further out. Yeah.
thought he was gonna do the Let's Play strat there for a second. I was a little confused.
A
Into
clean
7-1.
6-7
Is he
out
gonna
of
go
Sprite?
out and around, or is he gonna? Oh, he is gonna go out and around. On to 6-8 for Sprite.
Wow.
Can be a bitch level that hit, but he's gonna. Oh,
He's gonna catch it right
I
there
for
at the bottom.
sure thought he wasn't gonna get that. I think that's called learned pessimism because I'm so bad at that level.
Sprite not going for the truck. Ooh, falling off right there at the end of 6-9.
Sprite does sink it in pretty
Sink it
clean,
in
both
and
into sci-fi. Noob on 7-3, considerable lead at this point. Still anyone's game. Alright. Jumps off pretty early on 7-2, interesting.
Ooh, unlucky missile hit
Unlucky
on
missile.
Noob right there on 7-4.
Unlucky. Sprite goes in for 7-3, gonna take it traditionally. Ooh.
Oh, and
takes
Noob
it
not
in the
catching
right
it
at
to
the
the
end.
end on that 7-4.
Takes
That
it
is
definitely
probably going
right
to
at
give
the end.
Sprite just enough time to catch
Yeah.
up. And once
Yeah.
again, the runners are
They're
on the same level.
On the same level, yeah.
Now, I know that Sprite has been running 7-5 pretty intensely. So
Yeah.
they are very aware of what it takes to do
Familiar.
this one. I am seeing
Or
them catch
maybe
a
not.
couple of bad angles. May commentator's curse is not a joke.
Oh man, if only you could hear what we just said. We were
Yeah,
hyping up
he's
this
not going to be
7-3.
happy about that one later.
Oh, and just
Barely.
like that, Sprite is in the lead.
Just wow, 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 wow. I thought he managed to close it out. Once again, it has turned on the runners.
Just like that, Sprite is in the lead.
This is going to be one very close game. Lots of upsets
Very
so far.
close.
A moment ago, we were looking at Noob time. Now, I do believe it is Sprite time.
This is the truth. I too have been stealing jokes from chat.
It's not a steal, it's a borrow. We'll give him that one back later.
Going into 7-8, one of the longest levels in the game, if not the longest. Somebody in chat fact check me on that. Believe the longest level in the game. Gonna take it pretty traditionally as far as no utility is concerned. I'm interested to see, is he gonna go for the mega jump? Oh, 8-8 might be faster, or slower rather.
I will say I'm a little disappointed neither of the runners have gone for any flips so far. No one is confident enough. Now, is that important to do that? Absolutely not. But for the spectacle,
Yeah, right. They have flip dysfunction. They say 1 in 3.
well, I'm not one of them.
No, me neither.
Very close. Oh, never mind. Sorry about that, Sprite. Commentator's curse once again. Not quite able to get
Ooh.
back on that truck on
Into the
7-9 here.
Yeah, Sprite into the washing machine level. Is he gonna? Oh, yeah,
He is going to go ahead and take that jump with enough left. He will be able to find his way all the way to the goal, closing out 7-9.
Into
He's got a
7-10.
solid level lead. Oh,
Frozen.
hold on.
Oh,
There he
okay.
is.
Yep,
All right,
there he
we're
is.
back with
Oh,
Sprite.
Frozen. Is he gonna go in? Yeah, he is gonna do the safe strat of landing back on the booster. Very safe, very consistent strat. Doesn't lose you a whole lot of time. Into world
And
8 we
that
go.
brings Sprite into 8-1.
Steampunk is notoriously the hardest world, I think, for most new runners. Either that or hell. But
Oh, hell can be a hell on its own.
yeah, I just think there's a lot of interesting levels in
Noob
in-
not taking the safe strat and ended up paying a couple of seconds there, waiting for the goal
both
to come back
into-
out to him.
Both into Steampunk. Ooh, hits a mega. That's really. I'm gonna steal
wow.
that strat.
Sprite taking a great 8-3.
Into 8-4, the RNG level. Is he gonna get movement or is he gonna get clipped?
Small reset from Noob on 8-2.
Pretty good movement so far. Gonna beat the trucks. Pretty good movement. Doesn't
That
get
does
fucked there.
put Sprite 3 levels ahead of Noob at this time. Still, just incredible performance from both runners so far.
Incredible.
In clean 8-3 from Noob there.
Into 8-6 he goes. Is he gonna do the two truck jump strat, or is he gonna do the 3 truck jump strat? He's gonna do
It looks
the
like
3
he is
truck.
going to take that 3. But is he going to have the height necessary?
Mm-hmm. He's gonna be just
Excellent,
fine.
excellent.
All right, into 8-5 with Noob. Into 8-7 with Sprite. Still anybody's game. Getting harder and harder to say that, but I said that last time. And
Mhm.
Look where we are now.
For all we know, that commentator's curse has come around one too many times. Good recovery from Sprite.
Into 8-6 on Noob.
Now, are we going to see Noob doing that too? Or he does actually miss the second truck.
misses the
oh,
truck.
no.
Oh,
You hate to see it.
I hate to
Catches
see
it on
that.
1. Catches it on 2.
Catches in
3.
the third one. He's gonna,
He's
yeah, he's
not
gonna go
gonna go
safe.
he's going to try and play it safe. That is correct.
Gonna play it safe.
Hey, you know what?
Noob
With the race
or
nerves coming on you
Sprite?
like that.
Oh,
Ooh!
Sprite takes a death on
taking
8-8.
it to the face on 8-8.
Oof. And just like that, only one level behind.
8-8 takes quite some
Sprite
time
is,
to reset as well.
Yeah, Sprite is only a level and some change ahead. Not even. They're gonna be on the same level at the same time. Yup. They're both into 8-8.
Oh,
takes
what?
a death at the
What was
beginning.
that?
And into 8-9.
8-9 for Sprite.
Oh, hits the mega jump very clean.
Wow.
Very,
Insane
very
out of
clean.
Sprite there.
810 can be a bitch. Had a meltdown on this on stream a while ago. Shout out to you if you remember that. Oh, takes a death. He did the me.
Ooh, no. Take a breath,
As we
Sprite. Take
can
a
see,
breath.
as we can see, Sprite is doing the Lex.
Noob
strat.
going into 8-9. We'll try and see if he gets that mega jump here. He is not. He's playing it. He's Let's playing it, catching every truck. Never mind.
Ooh, he takes my strat.
Let's
I
all the way
taught
to
him
the
this.
end.
I taught him this.
Wow.
Very.
What
proud.
in the world? In the
Very
race as
happy.
well. Crazy 8-10 out of Sprite.
Very happy with that. Takes the strat I taught him.
They're learning.
Into World 9, takes a death, not too bad. Out of lev on 810 here for Noob. Does he know that you can touch the gears?
He either
He
does
does not.
or is not interested in it.
Does not know that you can touch the gears. Interesting.
We gotta somebody tell
Into
Noob
9-2
that.
does not do the mega jump, which means he's gonna have to touch the trucks, which are
Oh,
not real
no.
trucks. These trucks are not real. You cannot grip on them how you can normal trucks.
Oh really? In 9-2?
Yes, those are not
This is
real.
such-
They're the same model, but the material is different, so you can't grip
Such
onto
good
them like you
information.
can. You can't lev on them like how you can. with
Great
trucks.
bounce for Sprite there in 9-3.
9-3, is he gonna get fucked by that cross? No,
Oh, he
clears
does
it
manage
out.
to make it to the end. Noob getting some
Noob
good
made it.
bounces, good bit of speed here on
He seems to
9-2.
know the trucks aren't real. The truck is a lie.
It's a figment of your imagination, runner.
Mhm.
Ooh, unlucky there for Noob on 9-3.
Cross does come down and hit those trucks. Oh, he has to fall back. Hope they have insurance.
That's a good one. That one caught me off guard. That's, you know what, Lex? That's a great one. A great final jump out of Noob there on 9-3.
Into 8-6 for... Into 8-6.
8-6. Going backwards.
Or 9-6 rather, sorry.
That's
my
9-6
apologies.
Out of there for Sprite.
I did not pass Algebra 2 first semester, in case it wasn't obvious. Got a big old 29% in that class. Alright, into 9-7, which we are not paying enough attention to because it's
There
like
is-
the one level that sucks.
A
Oh,
lot
shit.
that goes
Oh.
on in 9-7.
Oh, he's been cucked. Hate to see it.
Rather than resetting, Sprite is just going to sit and wait for the crowd to catch up to him. Is he
Ooh,
going to be
he's
able to find the
not
lev
gonna
all the way
flip.
out? No! Reset.
And just like that, wastes like
Oh
almost
my
30
word.
seconds.
Noob catching some good bounces there in 9-6. And now, just like that, the runners are tied up on 9-7. If we see a
Just
death
like
here
that.
from Sprite, it's going to swap. No, he does
Alright.
manage to close it out into 9-8. Now, if Noob can
Into
get a
9-8,
good
this
time on
level
this,
sucks.
I think that can go for most of hell, quite honestly.
Yeah, but RNG on the discs, they always fucks me.
Ooh,
See?
clips!
You got disked.
Right
You
there,
got
right
disked.
at the end, right at the goal. He is not happy about
Hit
that
by
one.
the pentagram. Oh, this is really close coming into the end here. Into 9-9 for Sprite. Middle of 9-8 for Noob. This is very interesting, very close. I imagine both runners are going to take 9-10 traditionally, although maybe somebody will try a risk skip. Ooh, clips on the back of that truck here, still alive, still good. Both on 9-9. We could
Sprite
have
just
another...
a little bit ahead. All it takes
could have
is
another
one death
photo
and it
finish
flips
here.
Again.
9-10.
Are we going to see Sprite go for risk skip?
I imagine
thought
he's
is
going to
no.
take it traditionally.
Yeah,
Nope,
it
yeah,
looks as though
taking
he
it
is.
traditionally. Very good move out of Sprite. I probably would do the same. Is what I say, and then I go for a risk skip.
You
and
go
then I
for
lose.
it, and you do crazy things like flip and, you know.
Okay, climbing up the side of the truck can, seems easy, but it can be difficult.
It can catch you off if you are not ready for it.
Can be, yeah. Very taking it very slow, bunny hopping
Both
up.
runners on the arms.
Both
Sprite
running on
rounding the
arms.
final bit towards
Running
the head.
up. Is he gonna get the one?
He
wins.
does.
Sprite takes a 23-minute time, 23:40, I think, 23:39. Good race there. Good race. Very, very close.
Very close. We saw a lot of turns on it.
A lot of turns.
Oh, and
there
Noob
he
closes
is.
it out as well.
A 23:52 out of Noob. Very impressive.
Congratulations, runners.
Congratulations. Congratulations. That was a crazy ass run.
Oh my
That
word!
was-
It was back and forth constantly the entire time. How are you guys feeling right now?
How are you guys feeling?
Runners?
It's okay when you're ready.
Razor fucked me up. Sorry, Sci-Fi fucked me up. Those rockets, man.
Yeah, that was a pretty unfortunate death. Zabrome, what were we gonna ask them? We wrote it down.
We had both of you chose to avoid a lot of the super jumps mid through the run. Was that something you would normally avoid, or is
Oh,
it
yeah,
just
yeah,
because
yeah.
of the race nerves?
No, I'm just not good at them.
You know
Same.
what?
Yeah.
You know what?
I was
I
curious
died so
myself.
many long levels.
I was curious to know if those are strats that you did, like normally, or like if you were only just taking it
I
safe
had
because of the
a lot of
race.
safe strats
Yeah.
because my hands.
Because I noticed both of you guys
crazy.
missed. Both of you guys missed the 1-6 mega jump, and I think one of you guys died on it. I think it was Noob.
Yeah, I went for it, but I didn't get enough height.
I did see that.
There were multiple upsets during that as well, where one runner would get maybe 1 or 2 levels ahead, and then the other one would catch up and just barely pass them. So that was probably the closest run. It is definitely the closest run we've had so far, and one of the most exciting. So congratulations to both.
There is an upset in chat. Sprite did win. We did not. Why do we not have names on the stream overlay? Whatever, doesn't matter. Sprite did win this.
Sprite did win, yes.
Why though?
Great job to both runners.
Both runners, excellent performance. Seriously.
What was the
Excellent.
time?
Yeah.
Your time, Noob, was I believe a 24:52 or something like that.
Okay.
Or I mean 23:52 rather, and Sprite, yours was a 23:38 if I remember, or 39.
Wow, that is close.
Yeah,
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
That was like within
Oh, man,
10 or
it
20
was-
seconds.
You both were
Yeah, good
entering
race.
3:10 within about like 2 or 3 seconds of each other. It was very
Yeah.
close. I'm sorry, not 3:10, 9:10.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, really, honestly, the thing that what was proved through this whole race is one death can really be the mediator.
Mhm.
There were times
really
where
did.
like you were 3 or 4 levels ahead, and one death was enough to level the playing field.
It's amazing how many mistakes can happen that almost never happen outside of this.
Yeah, that's
Well,
what
that
happens
would
when you're
be-
thinking about it. That's
that would be the
Creates
commentator's
all new
curse.
fails. Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. I never mess up Sci-Fi as much as I did today.
Yeah,
Wow.
sci-fi. That was a hiccup for sure.
Ooh.
Definitely a hiccup. That was a really, really good race, though. Super close. Definitely a great way to end off the day.
Absolutely.
Good stuff.
Any closing thoughts for the stream
Closing
runners?
thoughts. We got Sprite moving on in the W bracket, and we got Noob still has a chance down in the L bracket.
GG, that was fun. Good luck on your next matchups.
Was
Yeah.
fun, yeah.
All right.
Well, a positive outlook from all runners moving forward. Thank you, everyone who is able to be here today or tonight, wherever you are. Tune in Sunday, the 12th, to the next set of brackets in this Clustertruck Speedrunning Tournament, No Utility. We
gonna
are
be
your
there
hosts for the rest of the
racing.
day, or the host for today. You guys have a great rest of the one. Bye-bye.
Great rest of the one.